I know you guys have been waiting for Brad for a long time. It's been a long time. Oh, where can he be? Oh, I'm not too sure. Well, here we go.
I'm back, guys. How's it going? So, back with a little rant. Felt very inspired to post a video today. And, there's no time like the present, as they say. So, let's get down to it. So, tipping culture. This has been out of control as of late. I don't even know why it's got so out of hand. One day I'm going into a restaurant. I believe it was a pizzeria, as a matter of fact. And you go into the pizzeria, and what happens? You're ready to pay. Yeah, give me my pizza. I'm all ready to go. And they spin that card reader around. And what does the motherfucker say on it? It says, "How much am I willing to tip?" How much am I willing to tip? Motherfucker, I'm here to pick up the fucking pizza. Well, you're not getting a tip. You want a tip for just making the pizza, which is the job that you're paid to do. Now, I understand. Don't get me wrong, I'm not for not tipping at all, okay? If you're a waiter, if you're bringing me my food, if you're taking orders, writing it down, you have to remember all that stuff. That's hard to do. You deserve a tip, okay? But if I'm going into a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, a pizzeria, and I'm going in there and I'm picking it up, do not spin that card reader around and tell me that I'm supposed to tip. Now, look, I'm not talking about the employees, because I get it. This is not a employee decision. Employees don't get together and make decisions like this. You know what this is? This is a managerial, owner decision. Whoever owns the pizzeria, whoever owns the fast food joint, they're coming together and saying, let's have people tip. This is outrageous. You're going in and you are making the conscious decision to not be lazy, to not order on Uber Eats or any of the other countless apps that let you order food. And you're making that conscious decision to go in and pick that motherfucker up. And they're asking you to pay extra. What are you tipping for? You're already paying for your food. There needs to be an extra charge on top of it? No, I'm sorry. There is something so insulting about spinning that fucking little machine around. Oh, where's my tip? You're not getting a tip. I'm sorry. And this is, once again, just to be clear, disclaimer, because everyone will always purposely misunderstand shit and say, "Oh, you're against employees. You're bad. You're evil." No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you can't be expected to tip for every little micro thing that's going on in this world. Not everyone deserves a tip. Now, I understand this is something that came out of COVID. So that's basically when the whole world went nuts and everything stopped making sense. Well, guess what? COVID, the pandemic, I should say, is over. So it's time to start making sense again, folks. That era is done, okay? So we can get out of all the stupidity and dumb little policies that things had. We're not doing that anymore. So, but somehow, some way, these things just got caught up and twisted up in our culture here. So, I don't know. I think it's going on in other countries and stuff, but it sure as hell is happening here in New York, in the United States of America. And I gotta tell you, it's really annoying, because I'll tell you something. Me, my fiance, and my soon-to-be stepdaughter, we walk into a great place, Tropical Cafe, and guess what happens? They spin that thing around, but guess what? The thing's been upgraded, because you can just press no tip. This one, you actually have to scroll down. Like, yeah, you actually have to press these little cursor buttons to move down to say no tip. It's not just a touch screen. So they've manualized that motherfucker in some locations, because I'm sure it's not just at this one restaurant, this one standalone location, because there's only like one tropical cafe. So, if you're not familiar with it in Queens, New York, you ain't gonna know what to do. Like, she brought up a good point. Like my fiance Suzanne, she says, like, well, what if you're like an elderly person and you have to scroll past this that you're not gonna know. You're just gonna like hit shit, and all of a sudden you're getting charged extra stuff up the fucking wazoo. It ain't right. It ain't right. And it's not good. This is a form of culture that needs to be canceled. Canceled immediately. Without delay, folks. So, yeah, I don't like it. It's very pretentious. It's very assuming. Don't assume you're getting anything. Like what I'm saying is, I know it sounds weird, but even with like a restaurant stuff, I don't like this type of culture where it's just assumed you're going to get a tip. You see what I'm saying? I don't like that. There should be a little bit of like playing dumb here, because it is just outrageous. We even had this like experience going to an Italian restaurant like just a few months ago. So like I asked for change for a 20, and guess what I get back? Because this is at the end of the meal, mind you. So it's like you kind of know a tip is implied. And I had every means of leaving a tip. But the thing was, I was actually going to leave like $7, $8. So the thing is, now I'm not going to tell you the price of the meal because I don't want to hear bullshit in the comments. Oh, you're fucking cheap. No, so you know what? We're going to keep that out of the conversation, just to avoid people's minds from wandering too far, because people seem to have a short attention span. They don't understand principle. See, they get away from that, so maybe it's not the most complete context, but just bear with me here for a moment. So the thing is, so I give a 20. So, it's like you should probably split that shit up into smaller bills. Guess what I get back? 2 10s. So it's like, now you're trapping me here. Now you're making me feel like I have to give you a 10. So you know what I did? I didn't want to be tacky. I left a 10. So I over fucking tipped, and she got like over 25 fucking %. That is insane in the membrane, to say the least. To get over 25%. That shit is bonkers. But it's like, that's the thing. And that's the whole thing about these machines and everything. It's just assuming you're going to tip. It's pressuring you into tipping. Don't pressure me. If there's one thing I don't like people breathing down my neck. I don't like to feel pressured at all. That's not the type of thing that I like, that I want to do in everyday life. Like, have to worry about being pressured. There's enough pressure with numbskulls, trying to cram their way onto busy trains and shit. I don't need more pressure. So don't like pressure me and stuff like that. I don't need that type of stuff. So don't do that, please. Just don't do it. But it's not going away anytime soon. Just, they're just turning up that pressure dial, making you feel like shit because you're pressing the no tip button. You know what? I don't feel like shit. I feel proud. I feel proud to not just give in to that bullshit. Because I actually did it the first time I saw it. I felt bad. I remember I gave like $2 something. Never again. The first time was the last time, because then I sat back and thought about it, and I said, this is bullshit. I never did it again. And now there's all these other different types of tipping, actually. It doesn't end with the tipping card reader consoles. There's been a few restaurants I've heard in New York, read some articles about them putting these little things down, like a little surcharge. Oh, I can't afford to give my employees health care unless you pay the surcharge. Oh, no! No, we are not doing that. That's not happening. See, because you are responsible for paying your employees. And this is the thing also, with the prices of food and everything and all that. It's like, at a certain point, you've reached the point of ridiculousness. And I'm sorry, just, okay, the tip is fine, everything. That part of the culture, I ain't going to complain too much about. But these surcharges and stuff they're talking about, you can't afford to give your employees health care. That's not my responsibility. Don't make me feel like a piece of shit. Now, I personally haven't had to go to a restaurant, but I'm just waiting for the day when we go out, me and my fiance, and we go and they show us some healthcare surcharge on it. I can't pay my employees because you know what? They actually said that you have to tell the waiter. You actually have to tell the waiter that you don't want this charge on here. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna play stupid and just like, why am I getting charged this? I'll be like, well, no, because I'm sorry. It's not my responsibility to pay for the health care. That's those greedy motherfucking managers and supervisors. Enough is enough already with the extra charges. It's like, enough with the tipping and this and that and the other thing. I'm tired of it. End it. End it. End it. It is too much already. Every little thing has to be charged here and there so they can just pretty much just undo you. Why not just have somebody stand by the entrance of these restaurants, beat the shit out of you, turn you upside down, and empty out your pockets? They'll save some time. Come on. Really? It's enough already. What more are they going to come up with? What other schemes can they do to try to just scam you out of more money? The average American. Tired of it. Tired of it. With a capital T. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all enjoyed my return here to YouTube. And until next time, guys, really enjoyed it. See ya next time.